Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Notes of Bio. I hope you're all good. We have already completed the entire systematics unit and all those lectures are available in the playlist on this channel. So if you haven't watched them yet, you can check them out later after this lecture. Those ones are in Urdu or you can say Hindi. Now, one of our students requested that I explain the concept of species completely in English. This lecture is especially for those students who are more comfortable learning in English. Don't worry if you have found this topic confusing before. By the end of this lecture, you will clearly understand what a species is, the different species concepts, the biological species concepts, and all the important terms related to it. So, without wasting any more time, let's get started with today's topic, the concept of species. A species is a group of living organisms that are similar in appearance, behavior, and genetic makeup and can interbreed with one another under natural conditions to produce fertile offsprings. So, a species is a group of living organisms that look similar, have similar behavior, have similar genetic makeup, that is DNA, and can mate with each other naturally to produce fertile offsprings, meaning their babies can also grow up and have babies of their own. Example, dogs can mate with other dogs and produce puppies. Those puppies can also reproduce when they become adults. So all dogs belong to the same species. There are different species concepts. Scientists have proposed different ways to define a species. The most famous one is biological species concept. It was proposed by Ernest Mayr. Another scientist, Dobzhinsky, also supported this idea by explaining that members of the same species share a common gene pool. Now, definition. According to the biological species concept, a species is a group of organisms that can mate with one another to produce fertile offspring. They are reproductively isolated from other groups. What does reproductively isolated mean? This means organisms from different species cannot successfully reproduce with each other under natural conditions. Even if they mate, they cannot produce fertile offspring. The offspring will be sterile. Because of this, they remain separate species. What is a common gene pool? Gene pool is the collection of all genes in a species. Common gene pool means same species share this gene pool because they reproduce with one another and pass their genes to the next generation. Now, advantages of biological species concept, it helps in understanding speciation, like the formation of species, useful in identifying sibling or cryptic species which look similar but do not interbreed. Like physically we can see they are similar but they cannot interbreed because of the genetic differences they are having. Limitations cannot be applied to asexual organisms. They're also a part of a specific species. So this biological species concept does not apply to asexual organisms. Again, it's not suitable for organisms that produce by self-fertilization. As we said that the biological species concept, the definition of species says organisms that can mate and reproduce fertile offsprings, but here we are having self-fertilization. Does that mean they are not species? But they are species, but they are living organisms and form a separate species, not useful for fossils. Morphological species concept is what? Morphological species concept, according to this, species are classified based on observable physical characters or features. Whatever you can see with your eyes. For example, if a person is having butterfly in hand, one is black and other is white. So he sees that both are having the similar structure, similar features, even if color is different, but they kind of look similar. He decides that they must belong to the same species. Example, paleontologists identify dinosaur species using fossils. So paleontologists observe the fossil structure, and based on the structure shape, they identified the dinosaur species. What are its advantages? Simple and easy to use, useful for fossil organisms. Limitations: cannot identify cryptic species like sibling species. Some organisms may have similar structure, similar color, similar shape, but they cannot interbreed among themselves. So they are from different species. But this morphological species concept cannot identify cryptic species, cannot identify those species. Physical characters may vary within the species. Physical characters: one is having a different kind of nose and the other person is having the different kind of nose, so that doesn't mean we have to make other species for them. They belong to the same species, but their physical characters are varying, so that doesn't mean they belong to different species. So this is the limitation of morphological species concept. Then is ecological species concept. A species is defined based on its ecological role or niche in the environment. According to this, species is defined based on its ecological role, its function as in the environment, or niche where it prefers to be in the environment. Two organisms performing the same ecological role may be considered the same species. Now, limitations: different species may occupy similar niches. Species may be different, they can still occupy similar ecology or similar environment. They can prefer similar environment. Difficult to clearly define ecological niches. It is difficult to clearly define their functions. What are their functions towards the environment? Now is phylogenetic species concept. A species is identified based on its evolutionary history and evidence. So phylogenetic species concept, according to this, species is identified based on its evolutionary history, like where it came from, and DNA evidence, uses genetic and evolutionary data, focuses on common ancestry. Limitations: it requires advanced techniques, may divide species into many small groups. So this was all about today's lecture. I hope you guys understood this very well. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe. And if you want any other video to be translated into English, or you want English explanation for any other video, you can comment in the comment section and share your ideas. If you want the note for any specific topics, you can also recommend it in the comment section. So keep watching. Thank you very much.